Nature is disappearing faster than at any point in human history. We're facing a climate and ecological emergency, and year on year, we're seeing growing evidence of the disruption that this is causing. To achieve nature's recovery, it is no longer enough to think about slowing the loss of nature. We need to stop and reverse wildlife declines. We need to think big and act quickly, and the next 8 years will be crucial. That's why we're embarking on an ambitious new strategy to 2030, taking a new and transformational approach in our mission to stop and reverse wildlife declines. Using all the evidence we can, we've mapped what nature's recovery will look like in Gloucestershire. And with the help of hundreds of volunteers, we'll be focusing on 10 nature recovery zones across the county. Our goal is to see 30% of Gloucestershire managed for wildlife by 2030, with GWT creating and enhancing 10,000 hectares of wildlife habitat. Here's how. Along the River Severn, we'll be creating a wild belt, establishing 300 hectares of new wetlands, allowing land to be restored and connected, encouraging nature to recover and thrive across the county. We'll also be working with partners to improve land next to the River Severn near Gloucester through the creation of a new nature park, providing a space for people to experience the well-being benefits of the natural world. Healthy wetlands, estuaries, rivers, and floodplains are crucial in tackling the climate emergency. They store carbon, support wildlife, and hold back floodwater, as well as providing areas for people to connect with nature. Plus, we'll also be looking into the role beavers could play in nature's recovery across Gloucestershire. In fact, our natural flood management work with local landowners has been modelled in part on the role beavers would naturally play in creating well-functioning aquatic habitats. Further upstream, our Severn Treescapes project will increase woodland cover over 3 counties, resulting in 3 million new trees and 2,000 hectares of new woodland. This will not only capture thousands of tonnes of carbon per year, but will provide a space for over 600,000 people to experience the healing power of tree-filled habitats for themselves. Alongside this, we'll be protecting our existing woodlands so that they continue to help in the fight against climate change and provide green spaces for local people. Species-rich grasslands are also important carbon stores and are vital habitats for many of Gloucestershire's plants, insects, and animals. They are also one of our most threatened habitats. In the Cotswolds alone, species-rich grasslands have decreased from 40% to just 1.5% since the 1930s. The use of livestock in conservation grazing programs across the county can help us to protect and enhance these important environments, creating healthy ecosystems that can support much-loved species, such as large blue butterflies, adders, and nightjars. By enhancing our conservation grazing work, we'll see more wildflowers in Gloucestershire's species-rich grasslands, and we'll be increasing the area we manage through conservation grazing by over 60%. We'll be working with farmers more closely than ever, supporting their work and advising on wildlife-friendly practices. This partnership will enable us to create and enhance 5,000 hectares for wildlife and the climate, which will ultimately enable us to expand our work to stop and reverse wildlife declines beyond our nature reserves. Over 70% of the land in Gloucestershire is dedicated to farming. What we eat and the way we farm it plays a central role in tackling the climate and nature emergencies. With the right support, we think farmers and landowners can be the wildlife heroes of the county. We want nature to thrive on your doorstep, creating wildlife highways from your front door out to nature recovery zones. Building with nature is our vision for new development in the county that puts nature at its heart, rethinking the approach to housing, roads, and other infrastructure. Now more than ever, we need people to take action for wildlife, and we want nature to be as inclusive as possible, reaching 1 in 4 people in Gloucestershire. We'll be connecting with 25,000 young people through formal learning sessions and a further 30,000 in new programmes that aim to engage and inspire people. Through tools like Wilder Gloss, our new digital action platform, we'd like to see 15,000 people and 50 communities take action for nature. becoming wildlife champions and increasing their engagement with the natural world. It's not too late to reverse wildlife declines in Gloucestershire. With the help of our amazing volunteers and by working together with our partners, we'll see more wildlife, more wild places, and more of us living a wilder life. We are Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust.